Hi, second graders. For today's reading lesson, you are going to be reading a story, and then after you read the story, you are going to do an activity on Seesaw where you're going to show me something about your book. So let me show you what I mean. This is my Seesaw page. The activity you're doing is called Reading Choice Board. You're going to choose a book that you want to read. It can be anything, and then after you read it, you are going to choose one of these activities for the story. So I'm going to click on Add Response so you can see and choose my name. And it says Reading Choice Board. When I go to page 2 over here, it actually says choose 2 or more activities. You are just going to choose one because we're going to be doing this for a different book each day this week. So you're going to choose a different activity each day. So today, when I read my book, after I read it, I'm going to choose one of these activities to do for my book. Activity 1 says, make up some questions about the book, starting with the following words. Who, when, what, how, why, and which. So you'd make up some questions about the story. If you're going to do that activity, you'll click on the next page right here where it says Activity 1, and this is where you would write your questions. You can use the T tool to type out your answers. Activity 2 says choose a character to draw and label from the book. You can also draw a scene and write a caption. So over here is for Activity 2, and this is where you would draw a picture right here. Activity 3, do you feel like you are similar to any of the characters in the book? If so, why or why not? Again, you would go over here and find Activity 3, find the page, and that's where you would do your activity. That would be the same for all of them. Activity 4, write a descriptive sentence about each character in the book. So you would choose each character in the book and you would write a sentence about each one of them telling me what they are like. And remember, when we write a descriptive sentence, we want to know about their character, about what they're like, not what they look like, but the things that they do. Activity 5, make a mini dictionary with 10 difficult words from the text. So you would go back into your book, and if there were some words that were hard for you, you would write down those words and then tell me what they mean. And Activity 6 says let me move this so you can see a little better, create a different title to this story. What would your new title be? Explain why you choose the new one. So I'm going to give an example here of how I would do this activity. So I am going to put my camera on full screen here, and I'm going to read you a story that is called Pig the Pug. Pig the Pug. Oh, we've got a bad glare there on our book. Okay, if I hold it like this, it works. Okay, Pig the Pug. All right. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, he was greedy and selfish in most every way. And it's hard to see the bottom of this here, but even his bowl says, mine. He lived in a house with a wiener dog, Trevor, but when was he nice to him? I'll tell you. Never. You've got some great toys there, poor Trevor would say. But Pig would just grumble. They're mine. Go away. But it might be more fun, Trevor said to Pig, if we both played together. Well, Pig flipped his wig. No, they are mine. Didn't you hear? Only mine. Keep your paws off them. They are mine, mine, mine. I know what your game is. You want me to share. But I'll never do that. I won't, and I swear. And with that, he proceeded to gather his stuff and make a big pile with a huff and a puff. And once he had gathered them up in a pile, he howled from the top with a satisfied smile. "There," shouted Pig, "now you won't get my loot. It's mine, 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 mine. So why don't you scoot?" But just at that moment, poor Trevor did see the pile was wobbling. "Oh, dear me! Watch out up there," good Trevor did cry. But the shame of it was, well, pugs cannot fly. These days, it's different. I'm happy to say. It's so very different in most every way. Yes, Pig shares his toys now, and Trevor's his friend, and they both play together. While Pig's on the mend. Oh, poor Pig the pug. Okay, so now since I have read my story, what I would do is I would go back to my seesaw activity and I would choose one of these activities that I wanted to do. So for this book, I think what I would probably do is I would probably choose a character to draw and label from the book. And then you could also draw the scene and write a caption. So if I was going to do the activity, I would go here to Activity 2, and I would use my drawing tools that are down here to draw Pig the pug. And I, as you all know, am not a great artist. But here is my picture of Pig the pug. My picture of Pig the pug here. And I might draw, I'm doing this very quickly also. I might draw his toys down here. He had a ball. And he had a clown doll that was like piled up. He had all these toys piled up. And he was hanging out on top of all of the toys. So I would continue to draw my picture, and then I would write my favorite character is Pig the pug. He learned the hard way that he had to share. So there's a quick example of what I would do, and then after I did my activity, I would click on the green check so that it would get turned in, and I will look at it and let you know what I thought of it and what you did, because I'm sure that there are going to be some great stories that you're going to be sharing with me, and I can't wait to see those. And that is an activity that we're going to be doing every day this week. So go pick out a good book, enjoy reading it, and let me know all about it.